Alycats and new viewers. So today is part 2 of my November 2016 favorites. If you're new to the channel and don't know what favorites are, that's where I list everything I loved in the entertainment industry over the past couple of weeks. And you can find links to stuff in the description box down below. And let's just get started. I haven't really been reading a lot, so let's talk about movies. I've been doing the 365-day film challenge because the 100-day film challenge I did earlier wasn't enough. So if you'd like to see my written reviews for the films I mentioned, I will leave them linked down below. And a lot of these are rewatches because I just was dying to rewatch some of these films and I appreciated them even more afterwards. So let's just get started. The first film I really enjoyed is Begin Again. This is the second, I believe, film from John Carney. It stars Keira Knightley, Adam Levine, and Mark Ruffalo, and has supporting performances by James Corden and Haley Steinfeld. All of John Carney's films focus on music and how music impacts our lives, and that's just a subject that's very close to my heart because music has affected my life in so many ways, and it's helped me through so much. I even have a musical tattoo, and I love this movie. I appreciate it even more now that I watched it for the third time, but it's just so nuanced and the characters are so relatable. The musical numbers are fantastic. Lost Stars by Adam Levine is the best song out of the mix, just telling you. If you haven't seen this and you like dramas, especially ones that have music involved in them, it's not a musical, but it's a music related drama. I highly recommend Begin Again. Next film up, About Time. I adore this film, even more now that I've rewatched it. This is a very British film, but I adore it for that. It stars Donald Gleeson and Rachel McAdams. It's so underrated, but it's the story of a man named Tim. And Tim, on his 21st birthday, is told by his father, played by the magnificent Bill Nighy, that all the men in their family can travel back in time. They can't travel into the future, but they can travel back in time at certain points. And Tim uses this to his advantage. He meets Mary, who is his soulmate, and it's just a very heartwarming, beautifully told story. The science fiction aspect of it, even though it's very present, it's also in the background. This is more focused on the familial connections and the relationships between the characters. It's genuinely funny at times, it's really heartbreaking at times, and it's so sad that more people have not seen this. It didn't get a lot of love at the box office, so I highly suggest anyone to watch this film because it's very, very good. The next film up, which isn't really a film, but I'm saying it's a film, is DrHorribles sing-along blog. I've seen this several times now. It's only 45 minutes long, so if you haven't seen it, watch it. It is a musical, but it's fantastic. It stars Neil Patrick Harris, Nathan Fillion, and Felicia Day, and it also has a really good supporting performance by Simon Helberg. It's just about a supervillain, quotation marks there, named Dr. Horrible, played by Neil Patrick Harris, and Dr. Horrible is trying to get into the evil League of Evil, run by Bad Horse, the baddest supervillain in all the land. But the thing is, he has an online blog, and on this online blog he mentions his plans, and that usually tips off his arch nemesis, the superhero Captain Hammer, played by Nathan Fillion. And he also mentions that he has a fiery burning passion for Penny, who is played by Felicia Day, so everyone knows he's in love with this girl. And it's just a hilarious film. It does get sad at one point in the film, but for the most part it's hilarious, it's heartwarming. I watch it when I need to be cheered up. And the musical numbers just get stuck in your head. Seriously, I love the music so much, I have the physical soundtrack. No joke. That's how much I love the music of this film. Web series. It was a web series originally. But watch it if you haven't. It's good. The next film up, I just recently watched this again for the third time, but that is Testament of Youth. Oh my gosh, Alicia Vikander is magic in this role, and this film is based off of the memoir of Vera Brittain, and it's just such an inspirational story. I usually watch this when I'm really depressed. I don't know why, because this is a depressing film, okay? This is not a rainbows and butterflies, I'm going to be so happy after watching this film, but it's very inspirational. It follows the life of Vera, who wants to go to Oxford against her family's wishes. She doesn't want to marry anybody, but she does fall in love with Roland Layton, who is played by Kit Harington, and oh my gosh, he's so dreamy in this role. During this time, the war starts up, and Vera suspends her studies to become a combat nurse because her fiance Roland is in the army along with her brother. You just think this person has to be so strong to get through this stuff and keep living and keep doing what she does. And again, Alicia Vikander is magnificent in this film. I really love this film. Some people find it boring, but if you're into historical fiction and true stories, definitely check out Testament of Youth. It's beautiful. Now for the films that I don't own. The first up is The Wailing. This film actually genuinely terrified me. I'm not going to say what it's about too much, but it's about a small village in South Korea that people are getting this illness and there's a rash of murders, and this cop has to figure out what's going on, why people are getting sick, and why there are murders happening. Soon enough, this hits close to home, and it's a genuinely unsettling, disturbing film, and it's magnificent. It's one of the best horror films of the year, and it's probably one of the best I've seen of all time. So I highly recommend it. I did get heebie-jeebies from it. It's just that, it's so good. The next film up is Hunt for the Wilder People, which is the latest directorial effort from Taika Waititi, and this is a fantastic film set in the Australian bush, and it's about a young boy named Ricky Baker who, for the longest time, has been in foster care, and they realize, oh, he has an aunt and uncle that live in the bush. So he goes to live with his aunt and uncle, and his uncle is played by a magnificent Sam Neill, and it's a really heartwarming story about family and about trying to find yourself. And it's so endearing and charming, and Taika Waititi is just so talented. I adored his previous film, What We Do in the Shadows, and this film was magnificent, so I have really high expectations now for Thor Ragnarok. But seriously, this is one of the best films of the year. Hunt it down, find it, watch it. It'll leave you feeling warm and fuzzy inside, and it'll actually make you laugh. It's that good. Next up is a really cheesy film, but I found it really charming and cute, and that is Serendipity. This stars Kate Beckinsale and John Cusack, who play two people who randomly meet at Bloomingdale's in New York City. They spend the night together, not in that sense. They actually just go around to like Serendipity, the famous restaurant, and they go to the Rockefeller skating rink and stuff like this, and it charts how over a few years they're still thinking about each other and they're trying to find each other again, and it's really predictable, and at points it's cheesy, but it was really heartwarming and cute, and I enjoyed it, and I wish I'd seen this sooner than now, but it's so stinking cute, and it's a good movie to watch around the holidays because it does feel very Christmassy. Another film that I found utterly charming was Notting Hill. I love Notting Hill. This stars Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts plays Anna Scott, who is a famous American actress. She meets Hugh Grant's character, who works in a travel bookstore, and they instantly connect, and it charts their relationship and how Hugh Grant's character is so in love with Julia Roberts' character, and it's really charming. I have to say, Rhys Ifan, I think that's how you say his name, steals the show. Every scene he's in, he's just so hilarious. And it's a really heartwarming story. It is an outlandish concept because really this would not happen in real life. But it's so charming. And of course it spawned that infamous line, "I'm just a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her." If you're a romantic, you need to watch Notting Hill. It's just so good. And the last film I really enjoyed was Red State. Now, I have to say this is my personal favorite Kevin Smith film at the moment. I haven't seen that many. But Red State is a very controversial film in the regards that it will offend a lot of people. And it is one of Kevin Smith's lesser known films, but I'm so glad I watched it because it starts off being very much a Kevin Smith film. It's very dialogue heavy, very focused on sex, but then things take a turn for the dark and sinister, and it's just so good. It is so unexpected. I was expecting a mediocre film, and I actually really enjoyed this. It held my attention the whole way through. John Goodman is in this film and he is spectacular. Every actor in this film is really good, but John Goodman is just the best part of this whole film. I do recommend watching it if you liked fucked up films because, trust me, this is fucked up. Now moving on to TV I enjoyed. I just recently started watching Gilmore Girls for the first time and I'm hooked, okay? It makes me happy. I have to watch at least 2 episodes per day now because it's just like, I watch it and it's like they give me a caffeine injection, and after I watch the episodes I speak a mile a minute. But if you don't, for some odd reason, know what Gilmore Girls is about, it's about a mother and daughter, Lorelai and Rory Gilmore, played by Lauren Graham and Alexis Bledel, and their life in this small quirky town of Stars Hollow, Connecticut. And so far I'm only on the first season. Please do not spoil anything for me. I usually don't mind spoilers, but with this series I don't want spoilers. And it's just so cool to see Melissa McCarthy. I actually like her in this series, okay? I'm not a fan of her in comedy films, but as Suki St. James, I love her. And I love seeing Scott Patterson as Luke. He's so charming in a gruff way. And I love seeing a baby Jared Padalecki. He's not really a baby, but you get my drift. He was so young. And I'm just, it's so cool to see so many actors and actresses that are popular now but weren't known as well back then. It's just such a good show. I love it so much. I'm like, why haven't I seen this sooner? I love it. I do need to watch all the seasons before I can watch A Year in the Life. I have a big task ahead of me. I'm ready for it. And plus, every time I watch Gilmore Girls, it makes me really want a mocha. That's a problem. For games that I've enjoyed, I've been playing a lot of Darksiders War Mastered Edition. Now, if you haven't played Darksiders at all, it was originally on Xbox 360, and I think it was also on PS3, if I'm not mistaken. And it was fantastic. It's basically God of War meets Legend of Zelda. HQ Nordic was very generous, and I will have a review up soon on the game. But I'm really enjoying it. It's a fantastic remaster. It's so much more fun than I remember it being, which I had a lot of fun with it when it first came out, so that's saying a lot. I'm having so much fun with Darksiders War Mastered Edition. It does have a few issues, such as, you know, texture pop-in, some frame rate issues, but overall, it's really fun, and I'll save the rest of my opinions for the review, but I do recommend it because it's so much fun. All the music I enjoyed is listed in the description box down below, so give the songs a listen, let me know what you think, and also, if you have any songs you want to recommend to me, tell me, because I'm always up for new music recommendations. So that is it for part 2 of my November 2016 favorites. What have been your favorites the past few weeks or the past month? Let me know in the comment box down below. If you liked the video, leave a like, and also, if you liked it, make sure to share it because that helps me grow as a channel and it just helps me out tremendously. If you haven't subscribed yet, you'll see my face floating over here. You can hit me in the face and you'll be subscribed to my channel. And make sure that down there where it says subscribe down there, there's a bell next to that subscribe button. If you hit the bell, it'll notify you of all my videos as soon as they're uploaded, so make sure you hit that bell. Also, if you'd like to follow me on social media, all those sites are listed down below in the description box. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and kisses. Bye.